What's up everyone, AI Tech and Science here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the future of technology. After reviewing numerous reports, I've identified some game-changing innovations. So let's get comprehensive. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 technology trends for 2025, as highlighted by Forbes. These trends will redefine how we live, work, and interact with the world. These innovations are set to revolutionize our world. From the power that fuels our digital age to the intelligence within it, the landscape is evolving fast. We're on the cusp of breakthroughs that sound like science fiction, but are becoming science fact. We're here to break it down and understand the implications. Buckle up because some of these are going to blow your mind. These trends are interconnected pieces of a larger puzzle. Advancements in one area often fuel breakthroughs in another. We'll explore AI, computing, connectivity, and healthcare. It's an exciting time for technology, and I'm thrilled to share Forbes' key drivers of change for 2025. Let's get into it. Alright, so kicking things off at number 10, and this one might surprise a few of you, is the push towards using nuclear power specifically for AI. Now, we all know AI, especially large language models and complex deep learning systems, are incredibly power-hungry. The amount of computation needed to train and run these models is skyrocketing, and traditional energy sources are struggling to keep up, not to mention the environmental concerns. Data centers are already massive energy consumers, and as AI becomes more integrated into everything, that demand is only going to intensify. This is where nuclear power enters the conversation in a big way. The idea here is that nuclear energy, particularly with the development of small modular reactors or SMRs, can provide a consistent, dense, and relatively low-carbon power source directly for these massive AI operations. We're talking about dedicated, on-site or near-site nuclear power generation for data centers. This could solve the energy bottleneck that might otherwise throttle AI's growth. It's a bold move, and there are obvious discussions to be had around safety and waste. But the sheer power requirements of next-gen AI are forcing us to look at all viable high-output energy solutions. It's a pretty fascinating intersection of energy tech and AI development. Next up, let's talk about agentic AI. This is a significant leap beyond the AI tools we're mostly familiar with today, like chatbots or image generators. Agentic AI refers to artificial intelligence systems that don't just process information or generate content based on prompts, but can actually take actions and make decisions autonomously to achieve specific goals. Think of an AI that can understand a complex request, break it down into steps, interact with different software or systems, and then execute those steps independently, learning and adapting along the way. It's about giving AI agency. The potential applications here are vast. Imagine a personal AI assistant that can manage your schedule, book appointments, filter your emails, and even perform online research and summarize it for you, all with minimal human intervention. In business, agentic AI could automate complex workflows, manage supply chains, or even conduct scientific experiments. Of course, this also brings up a whole new set of challenges around control, accountability, and the ethical implications of AI systems making autonomous decisions in the real world. It's a powerful concept, and 2025 is looking like a key year for its development and early adoption. Coming in at number 8 is a field I find incredibly fascinating: neuromorphic computing. So, traditional computers, based on the von Neumann architecture, are great at many things, but they're not always the most efficient, especially for tasks that the human brain does effortlessly, like pattern recognition or processing sensory information. Neuromorphic computing aims to build processors and systems that are architecturally inspired by the biological brain. We're talking about chips with components that mimic neurons and synapses, processing information in a way that's fundamentally different from current CPUs and GPUs. The big advantages here are energy efficiency and speed for certain types of AI workloads. Because these chips are designed to process data in a parallel and event-driven manner, much like our brains, they can be incredibly powerful for tasks like real-time image analysis, voice recognition, and complex sensor data fusion, all while consuming significantly less power. This could be a game-changer for edge computing, allowing more sophisticated AI to run on smaller battery-powered devices. It's still an evolving field, but the progress is tangible. and its impact on the future of AI hardware could be profound as we move towards 2025. Alright, number 7 is synthetic media, and this is something that's already making waves and is only going to become more prevalent. Synthetic media at its core is any content, images, video, audio, text, even 3D models, that's generated or significantly modified by artificial intelligence. We've seen early examples with deepfakes, AI art generators, and virtual influencers, but the sophistication and accessibility of these tools are growing exponentially. By 2025, we can expect to see even more realistic and complex AI-generated content becoming commonplace across various industries. The applications are incredibly diverse. In entertainment, it can mean new forms of storytelling or personalized experiences. For marketing, it could be hyper-personalized ad creatives or virtual brand ambassadors. In education, it could be interactive learning environments with AI tutors. However, the rise of synthetic media also brings significant challenges, particularly around authenticity, misinformation, and the potential for misuse. Distinguishing between what's real and what's AI-generated will become increasingly difficult, making media literacy and robust detection tools more important than ever. It's a powerful creative tool, but one that requires careful consideration. Number 6 on the list is a concept that sounds like it's pulled straight from a sci-fi novel, the quantum internet. So, the internet we use today, while amazing, has inherent security vulnerabilities. The quantum internet proposes a new paradigm for communication based on the principles of quantum mechanics, like quantum entanglement and superposition. The headline feature here is the potential for fundamentally secure communication. Using quantum key distribution, for example, it would be theoretically impossible to intercept information without disturbing the quantum state and thus alerting the sender and receiver. Now, we're still in the relatively early stages of developing a full-fledged quantum internet. It's not going to replace the classical internet overnight for browsing cat videos. Instead, its initial applications will likely be for highly sensitive communications, like financial transactions, government secrets, or securing critical infrastructure. Beyond security, a mature quantum internet could also enable new forms of distributed quantum computing, connecting quantum sensors with unprecedented precision. It's a long-term vision, but significant strides are being made in building the foundational components and small-scale networks, pointing towards a future where quantum principles redefine secure connectivity. At the halfway point, number 5 is AI-driven drug discovery. This is an area where the impact of artificial intelligence could be truly life-changing. The traditional process of discovering and developing new medicines is incredibly long, expensive, and often fraught with failure. AI has the potential to revolutionize almost every step of this pipeline. From identifying potential drug targets, by analyzing vast biological datasets, to predicting how different molecules will interact, and even designing novel drug candidates from scratch, AI algorithms are accelerating research in ways previously unimaginable. Think about AI sifting through millions of chemical compounds to find promising candidates for a new antiviral or cancer treatment in a fraction of the time it would take humans. AI can also help optimize clinical trial design, identify patient cohorts more effectively, and even predict adverse drug reactions before they occur. This doesn't just mean faster drug development, it also opens the door to more personalized medicine, tailoring treatments to an individual's genetic makeup and specific disease characteristics. The progress here is rapid, and by 2025 we're likely to see even more drugs entering clinical trials that were discovered or significantly advanced with the help of AI. Next up, at number 4, is a technology called smart dust. The name itself is pretty evocative, right? Smart dust refers to systems of many tiny microelectromechanical systems. Think microscopic sensors, robots, or other devices that can detect things like light, temperature, vibration, magnetism, or chemicals. These aren't just individual tiny sensors. The idea is that they can be deployed as a vast interconnected network, wirelessly communicating with each other and a central base station to provide incredibly granular data about their environment. Imagine deploying swarms of these microscopic sensors across a farm field to monitor soil conditions with pinpoint accuracy, or embedding them into building materials to constantly check for structural integrity. In medicine, they could potentially be used for internal diagnostics, monitoring bodily functions from the inside. The challenges are significant, of course, including power supply for such tiny devices, communication over distances, and the sheer complexity of managing data from potentially billions of sensors. But the potential to create an almost ubiquitous sensory layer over our world is what makes smart dust such a compelling and closely watched trend for the coming years. Alright, number 3 is digital twins. This concept has been around for a little while, especially in industrial settings, but its applications and sophistication are expanding rapidly. A digital twin is essentially a dynamic, virtual representation of a physical object, process, system, or even an entire environment. It's not just a static three-dimensional model. A true digital twin is connected to its physical counterpart and is constantly updated with real-time data from sensors, allowing it to mirror the state and behavior of the real-world asset. The power of digital twins lies in their ability to be used for simulation, analysis, and prediction. For example, manufacturers can create a digital twin of a factory floor to optimize production lines, test changes virtually before implementing them physically, and predict maintenance needs for machinery. In urban planning, cities can use digital twins to model traffic flow, energy consumption, or the impact of new infrastructure projects. Healthcare is another burgeoning area, with the potential for digital twins of individual patients to personalize treatments and predict disease progression. As sensor technology, like smart dust perhaps, and AI improve, digital twins will become even more detailed and powerful. Coming in hot at number 2 is the next evolution in wireless communication, 6G technology. Now I know what some of you are thinking. 5G is still rolling out for many of us. And that's true, but the research and development cycle for these generational leaps in mobile technology is long, and the groundwork for 6G is already well underway. While 5G brought us significantly faster speeds and lower latency, 6G is aiming to take things to an entirely new level, potentially offering terabit per second speeds and microsecond latency. But it's not just about being faster. 6G is envisioned to be a much more intelligent and integrated network. We're talking about native AI and ML capabilities built into the network fabric, enabling smarter resource allocation and new types of services. There's also a strong focus on sensing capabilities, where the network itself could act as a sensor, detecting objects, gestures, and even environmental conditions. Furthermore, 6G aims for truly global coverage, integrating terrestrial networks with satellite systems. This could enable truly immersive XR experiences, holographic communications, ubiquitous connectivity for trillions of IoT devices, and a whole host of applications we can barely even imagine today. It's still a few years from commercial reality, but 2025 will be a critical period for its standardization and technological maturation. And finally, at number 1, perhaps the most critical trend underpinning all the others is AI ethics and governance. As artificial intelligence becomes exponentially more powerful and deeply integrated into every facet of our lives, from the agentic AI we discussed to AI-driven drug discovery and synthetic media, the need for robust ethical frameworks and effective governance structures is paramount. It's no longer just a topic for academic discussion, it's an urgent practical necessity to ensure that AI is developed and deployed responsibly, safely, and equitably. This encompasses a wide range of complex issues, tackling bias in AI algorithms to prevent discriminatory outcomes, establishing accountability when AI systems make mistakes, ensuring transparency in how AI models arrive at their decisions, and protecting individual privacy in an age of mass data collection. We also need to consider the societal impacts, such as job displacement due to automation and the potential for misuse of powerful AI technologies. Developing international standards, regulatory frameworks, and codes of conduct for AI development and deployment will be a major focus in 2025 and beyond, requiring collaboration between governments, industry, academia, and civil society to navigate this complex landscape. So, there you have it. A look at the top 10 technology trends for 2025, according to Forbes. And honestly, it's a pretty mind-bending list. From the fundamental power sources for AI to the very way we'll interact with intelligent systems and the digital world, the next few years are shaping up to be incredibly transformative. It's clear that AI is a common thread weaving through many of these innovations, acting as both a driver and a beneficiary of these advancements. The pace of change is relentless, and staying informed is more important than ever. These aren't just abstract concepts, they're developments that will have tangible impacts on our daily lives, our jobs, and society as a whole. Some of these trends are exciting, offering incredible potential for progress, while others, like synthetic media and the need for AI governance, highlight the critical challenges we need to address thoughtfully and proactively. It's a journey of continuous learning and adaptation. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates on the latest technology trends right here on the channel as we continue to explore how these innovations unfold. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Which of these trends do you think will have the biggest impact? Are there any you think Forbes missed, or any that you're particularly excited or concerned about? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll be reading through them. And of course, if you found this breakdown useful or interesting, please do all the YouTube things. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. It really helps out the channel. Until next time, stay curious, stay updated, and keep exploring the future of AI tech and science.